two of the best 2023 Wear OS smartwatches, and you wonder which is the right for you. Ticwatch Pro 5 or Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, but which is the better one? You're gonna get all the needed answers in just a while. Let's inspect. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, nice to meet you, I'm Michael. This is where we inspect a lot of cool and interesting tech. And if you like the ecosystem of Android, you've definitely thought about buying a Wear OS-based device. And now in 2023, although we don't have that many various models, there certainly are some quite fresh takes on how this ecosystem should be further developed. On one side, we have the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, a brilliant smartwatch, and you can check its full review, and I'm going to post a link to that in the video description area. It's running Wear OS 4.0 right from the start. And the other contender today is the Ticwatch Pro 5, which runs a slightly older build, but definitely has a lot of interesting hardware inside. So which one is the better choice and which is the better fit for you? So the first big question, who's gonna turn out to be the winner in the first round? About design and build quality, and here I would like to begin with the Ticwatch Pro 5, which apparently keeps some of the shapes of the predecessing generations, but finally we have this new sandstone look, but unfortunately it's just the color and not the texture. The case is made of aluminium with high-strength nylon with fiberglass, has passed military-grade standards, and the display is covered by Gorilla Glass 5. Undeniably, a great and durable combination, and the display is placed about a millimeter below the bezel, meaning that it is well protected. Samsung, however, seems to have done slightly better job with the design. They also cover the military-grade standard, use a stainless steel frame, and protect your display with sapphire crystal. Plus, this rotating bezel, which is in my opinion a game-changer when it comes to the user experience. Sure thing, Ticwatch Pro 5 has this rotating crown, just as most of the recent Apple Watches, but this bezel is definitely super helpful and a lot more precise. Given the water resistance of both, which is in place, and while both companies have record for some shady tactics about denying water damage repair, you should be able to even swim with these watches, although I'd recommend avoiding this. Feels like we now have a clear winner, and Galaxy Watch 6 Classic already leads the show. Next, we would like to compare the displays, and it's among these components that could be a reason to buy something, but can also turn out to be deal breakers. With both of these models, we have pretty decent display setups, very different ways of implementing those, and I hope we all realize that both of them are touch-based. Looking at the details is gonna reveal which one is the better. Ticwatch keep on using their awesome idea about the dual display with the Pro 5. It's a combination between colorful AMOLED display and a low-power FSTN display to be used as a regular wristwatch. This rather great idea has a number of advantages. First of all, it's the least consuming kind of always-on function on a true smartwatch these days. Secondly, it has perfect visibility in direct sunlight and also can work during workouts, which clearly is a big advantage for athletes. As for the AMOLED display, it is also a good one with resolution of 466 by 466 pixels and diameter of 1.43 inches. If we look at what Samsung have to offer, it's slightly bigger at 1.5 inches, has 480 by 480 resolution. What truly matters is the brightness and color reproduction over here. The dual screen mode of the Ticwatch unfortunately made the company sacrifice some vibrance and peak brightness, and when you place it side by side with Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, I guess it's easy to say which one is better. Also, the Xiaomi new toy has a peak brightness of 2000 nits, which is class-leading achievement, and it's perfectly visible even under direct sunlight. So, another win for the Galaxy Watch, but if you need a Wear OS smartwatch with FSTN screen, the Ticwatch Pro series continue to be the only option. You probably guessed it right, displays with very high pixel density and also pretty high peak brightness. That would mean they consume a substantial amount of the battery life. But which of these smartwatches would turn out to be the better about battery optimizations? Straight to the point, Ticwatch Pro 5 is the best Wear OS device about battery life ever. I'm usually getting more than 2 days per charge, and that by using the always-on FSTN screen, the 24/7 HR and SpO2 tracking, sleep tracking, stress measuring, sports, various apps, all of that. No surprise, given the absolutely huge for a smartwatch battery with 628 mAh capacity. Galaxy Watch 6 Classic is kind of modest in that regard, just 425 mAh in an attempt to keep the thickness in acceptable norms. Despite all the Wear OS improvements in terms of battery life optimizations and the promise for performance and battery consumption gains in the right direction, the 6th generation fails to impress with good battery endurance. Furthermore, it feels like a downgrade from Generation 5 and lasts only about a day. Switching now to the features part, we need these devices to be capable of doing quite many things, like having a fast and stable Wi-Fi connection, rely on the latest Bluetooth technologies, NFC for payments, tracking HR, and show other data, show the weather, relieve our smartphones from various tasks. Generally, both of them are quite capable of doing all of that. Both devices support phone calls, with the Ticwatch Pro 5 currently lacking LTE variation. Also, it currently utilizes the best system on a chip for Wear OS devices, and it's a lot more responsive than most other competitors. But I have to admit the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic deserves the win in this round. It has a new dual-core system on a chip, somewhat improving the performance, also offering this rotating bezel making the user interface navigation so much quicker and easier, and newer versions of some of the hardware characteristics, including faster Bluetooth and Wi-Fi chips. The sensors are also more, because the Samsung device can track blood pressure and ECG in a not too accurate way though, and it's only supported for some regions and only working if you have a Samsung smartphone. Kinda weird. I do give the point to the Galaxy device though, but have to warn you that it is much easier to connect chest mount trackers to the Ticwatch Pro 5. I'm still wondering why Samsung limits their customers in so many ways. Now, the 5th round, which might turn out to be the most important one, because over here we would like to discuss the software. And once again, I would like to remind you that you can find a lot more information related to software experience in the dedicated reviews that I've made for both of these models. And I'd like to put Ticwatch 5 Pro under the spotlight as a starter. In a nutshell, Wear OS 3.5 with access to Play Store with thousands of great apps, including Maps, Spotify, Strava, Shazam, and so many others. They can be easily installed and synced, and thanks to the good processor performance, they work so well and fast. All of that on top of the anyway excellent Tic apps framework, including Tic Oxygen to measure your blood oxygen saturation, Tic Pulse to measure heart rate, and all the rest in order to track your health status. Wear OS has never been great about customizations, but it's slowly getting there, one step at a time. Also, we shouldn't forget the presence of Google Assistant, which is just one swipe away and works well in almost all countries. For the Samsung Galaxy device, it is a bit different though. The Wear OS version at launch is 4.0, different health tracking ecosystem built around Samsung Health. Different way of navigating through the user interface, not necessarily something I enjoy that much. Again, the rotating bezel works wonders here, almost lag-free and nicely customizable, has more and better looking watch faces, and much better integration with smartphones, especially the Galaxy S line. It's hard for me to pick a winner here. On one side, we have the Samsung way of understanding Wear OS and forcing you to use their not-so-refined software ecosystem, including Samsung Health, Bixby, and so on. On the other hand, we have Ticwatch with good software, however poor reputation concerning the updates, but implying no restrictions or traps concerning the usability. Going one step further, and the smartphone apps are what we check next. Envoy Health is what you need for Ticwatch. Nice design, bunch of functions, configuration options. It's rather good, not perfect though. You can well go through your health statistics, get to know your body in a better way, but there are some important features missing, such as transferring music or pictures to the watch, something that you can easily do using the Galaxy Wearable app, which of course supports only the Galaxy Watch series. And although you need the mind-blowing amount of 5 different apps in order to get everything out of your Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, it's a worthy time investment because data is really well presented, just fragmented. but you're gonna easily get used to it. Perhaps at some point it will even start making sense. And although it's hard for me to comprehend how Samsung cannot fit all this into one single app, it's fair to say that it is the better and the more polished software environment. Next, health tracking and sports. Workout modes are a trendy topic these days. Ticwatch are among the champions about offering the most in their Wear OS space. But I'd rather favor accurate tracking over greater quantity. Now, we're gonna start with the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. Quite many sports. Pick the one that you need from the list and start the activity. Some of them offer GPS tracking and some customizations. You can of course do sports and listen to music at the same time. If it's the LTE variation, even better, because you can go outside, in the mountain, without your phone and still remain connected. The amount of tracked workouts with Ticwatch Pro 5 is similar. Sports tracking is also quite good. A friend of mine has remarks about the sleep tracking accuracy, but I find it even better than the implementation on Galaxy Watch 6 series, at least with the software versions at the time of creating this very video. Apparently, both companies have really excellent health and workout tracking ecosystems, and I would conclude there is parity unless you have a Galaxy smartphone. If that's the case, ECG and blood pressure measurings are possible, and it of course makes better sense to get the Xiaomi device. Final round, wrapping up with the prices: $350 versus at least $429. In the end, I believe the choice is pretty obvious. If you prioritize price and battery life, if you like the dual display setup allowing you to go for almost a month in case you go for Essential mode, and if you enjoy the stock feeling Wear OS plus the extra good health tracking ecosystem by Mobvoi, Ticwatch Pro 5 is the right choice for you. But if you have a Galaxy smartphone and prefer to have blood pressure measuring and ECG tracking, and also you want to have LTE connectivity option, and if you are fans of this, I would say slightly better design in the rotating bezel which works wonders, Galaxy Watch 6 Classic is a fantastic deal. At least that's my opinion, and that's how I see these two smartwatches. Would be great to hear about your opinion. That's why the comment section is below the video. I'd love to carry on the conversation over there. If you find this video useful, please give me a thumb up, subscribe to the channel for more cool tech inspections, and I, Michael, can't wait to see you in our next episode. Bye!